What in the world is happening in the natural hair community? Now, I'm just a scientist. I have spent a lifetime of studying biochemistry, physics, chemistry, microbiology, bioengineering, genetics. I am not a cosmetologist, but what I can do is read and understand scientific information. I can understand processes. What I want to say is be very careful of people who are so called helping you in this community, because you can have very you can grow very long hair. You can grow very long, dry, damaged hair. Depending on what you do to it, you may or may not be able to fix it because it's been compromised past the threshold of being repaired or being put into a state that you can retain the hair on your head until new hair grows in. And I say that because there is an obsession with certain hair practices that I think are just inappropriate and not healthy for the hair. And now there is an obsession with grease. I don't use grease. I never have. I never used Blue Magic. I never used Sulfur 8. I never used whatever other products out there. I used pink lotion here and there when I was a child. I tried it again to see if it was going to do anything. It did nothing. But the ultimate goal is to hydrate your hair during the shampoo, properly condition your hair on wash day, and then follow up with a leave-in conditioner to plasticize your hair to increase elasticity, flexibility, and to reduce the brittleness and the dryness and the breakage to retain moisture in your hair up until the next wash day. If you do that effectively, you can apply a light oil. That's fine. If you do that effectively, you don't need to use grease. Now I'm seeing grease is not only used as a moisturizer, but grease is also used as a heat protectant. It's like, what I've noticed is that in this community, we are married to grease when we should be married to conditioning. It's like we see conditioning as something that is an option, but grease is definitely a requirement. We have them backwards. Grease is an option. Conditioning is a requirement on wash day and throughout the week until you wash your hair again. Look at it like this. Grease is like the Band-Aid or the duct tape you would use in your home. It is the last resort that you should even be reaching for if you have dry hair. The only reason you would even reach for grease because there is something structurally wrong with your hair strand in which it's not in equilibrium due to ineffective hydration methods, ineffective conditioning methods, in which your hair is on the verge or the brink of breaking, where you have severe damage. And what you want to do is try to mend the hair by applying a lot of grease. Grease should be an option if you follow the methods properly. And I see a lot of people all about stories. We got to use the grease. We got to put the grease back in the day. We used to use grease. I didn't start experiencing dryness with my hair until I went natural. When I had relaxed, my hair was moisturized. The reason my hair was moisturized because every 2 weeks I went to the hair salon, every 1 to 2 weeks, and every time my hairstylist, she would shampoo my hair, deep condition. I never used grease. I saw it in the house. My grandmother used it. I never used it. And there was no need. My hair never broke. And I remember cutting my hair in a pixie when I was a kid because I wanted to play around with different hairstyles. I grew my hair out past my shoulders because it's a relaxer. It's not going to grow that long with the relaxer. And I just did different hairstyles. Not once ever did my hair look dry. Did it ever feel dry? And it's because my hairstylist was deep conditioning my hair on a regular basis. She told me, Rachel, you need to apply a leave-in conditioner throughout the week. So I put the conditioner in my hair. I would do my hair up in a ponytail, whatever style I was going to do, a little pin and tuck with a little claw clamp in the back. I would go on by my day. And I had leave-in conditioner in my hair on a regular basis. My hair never felt dry. And luckily, I pay attention now to science research, hair fiber science specifically for type 4 hair. And it's the same thing. You have to deep condition your hair. You have to use leave-in conditioner throughout the week. You can use a light oil, that's fine. but there's never need to apply so much grease. And I don't know what was taking place in anybody else's home, but it looks like there was such a reliance on grease where people are just married to it. You're going to see in the coming weeks when I talk about what deep conditioners do at the structural level, leave-in conditioners, what happens when you use powders, Ayurvedic powders and grease on your hair. You're going to learn what happens, how to repair seborrheic dermatitis, because you don't have to walk around with an inflamed, yeast-laden scalp. You don't. You don't. I'm not saying that to be self-righteous. I'm just making like observations that I always see this obsession with grease, like it's the holy grail, because I think people in the natural hair community have it backwards. Conditioner retains moisture. Grease is an occlusive and it helps somewhat with moisture retention, but to rely on it more so than conditioner, I think a lot of women and men are doing themselves a disservice. It doesn't really matter what they do for a living, whether they're a cosmetologist or just a non-cosmetologist just at home doing their own hair. There is no scientific proof showing that grease is superior to conditioner. I condition my hair on a regular basis, following all of the research steps. My hair feels soft. My hair feels really moisturized. I don't experience breakage. I retain all of my length. So I just want to put that out there. Be conscious of the information I feel like is being spread in the natural hair community, because all these people that are so eager about, let me tell you, you got to do this and you got to do that, it goes into this trend and everybody does it. And then people start looking at their hair a year, 2 years later, like, why is my hair dry? Why is this? Why is my hair like that? And it's because they weren't following science. They were following trends, or they were placing aesthetic feel over what actually was backed by hair fiber research. So I'll put out more videos every week, but the stuff I'm saying, once your hair gets past a threshold, it's too far compromised, the hair cells has to end up cutting it. So be careful who's telling you, giving you certain information on what to do. And I'll end with that. Talk to you later.